Okie. Hello. Welcome to another yoga class. Today's yoga class is going to be based on focus. So we're going to use drishti or gaze points to help us really move into a really mindful focus space and learn to switch our focus and just bring ourselves away from that busy mind and into that focused, concentrated, slightly truer state of being. You won't need any props for this class. Maybe put on some of your own music. I've got some playing in the background, but it's pretty quiet. And enjoy. We're going to start in a seated position, just doing some stretches. If you find cross-legged comfortable, that's great. But if you prefer kneeling or legs out stretched, that's also fine. And just prepare your space. Begin to settle into your body. Take a moment to begin to dedicate the next couple of minutes to your practice. Just relax into your body, noticing how busy or quiet your mind is today. And try not to attach any labels or judgments to what's going on in your head. Focus can often be kind of a clinical, harsh word. But if you think about the way we look, the way we see, focus is actually, it can be soft, it can be sharp. And it's about taking control of that and understanding that there is a whole spectrum of focus, a whole spectrum of awareness, a whole spectrum of connection that you can engage in with your mind and your body. And it is entirely up to you where you are on that spectrum. So we're going to play with building that sharp, aligned focus using our gaze, but also towards the end of the class, softening the focus slightly. Taking a few breaths, finding that comfortable straight spine. And before we get really moving, we're going to press our hands together and bring our hands to our foreheads. And just placing the thumbs in between the eyes, pressing there. Let the elbows sink, let the shoulders sink, let the chest rise slightly. And we're going to take 5 deep breaths. And as we inhale, feel that whole opening across the chest into the sides of the rib cage. And as we exhale, elbows sink down, shoulders sink down, body connects with gravity, the floor is rising up to meet you. Twice more, inhaling fully and deeply. Exhaling, feeling that sinking, grounding, relax the jaw. Inhaling deeply, sipping more air than you think you can, right into the chest, filling and opening. And as you exhale, really let go of those busy thoughts. Let any to-do lists, any dialogue just sink to the back of your mind. And bring the cool clarity of the inhale to the front of your mind. 2 more breaths, this time pausing at the top of the inhale. When you're ready, inhaling deeply and fully. Pausing there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Shoulders sink. Last time, inhale deeply. Hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring that awareness to the pressure in between your eyes. Wow. And exhaling, relaxing the hands down by your side. We're just going to do a tiny bit of movement before we begin a tapping process, which again builds focus. So when you're ready, we're going to move by bringing the hands up, holding onto elbows, or if it feels good for you, you can even bring the hands, interlock them behind the back and hold onto the shoulder blades. And we're just going to move in a stretching circular motion, exploring through the spine, noticing how the neck feels. And feel the connection of the hands wherever they are in your body. Put your focus there, maybe close your eyes. Feel that connection to yourself. Lovely. And then when you're ready, holding onto the elbows, everyone above your head, we're going to take an inhale, pulling the hands across one another. Exhale, release. And we're going to do that twice more. Inhale, pulling the hands across one another. And exhale, release. Seems strange, but it's a great way to get into your body. Last time, inhaling and exhale, releasing. Lovely. We're just going to do a little bit of tapping across the body now, starting with 2 fingers in the space between the forehead, tapping there. Lovely, tapping the sides of the forehead. Awesome, tapping the chin. And then tapping the chest. And moving around that way again, tapping the center of the forehead. Focusing on where you can feel the tapping, tapping the side. And tapping the chin. And then the chest. And relax the hands up. When you're ready, finding your way onto the mat. Coming onto your hands and your knees. Spreading the fingers wide, gazing slightly forward. And again, playing with how much you can focus in front of you. Draw the core up and in, shrug the shoulders into the back. And as you exhale, almost feel like your gaze, your focus is deepening, is sharpening. As you inhale, your perspective is widening slightly, your body is opening. When you're ready, drawing the belly button in, rolling back to downward dog and settling here. Just exploring this first downward dog of the day. Just checking, there's no one in the waiting room, okay. We've lost her. Okay. Maybe stepping out the feet. Maybe shaking the head, maybe closing the eyes and bringing that focus into the feeling of the fingertips, into the feeling in the backs of the legs. Or maybe opening the eyes and gazing through the legs. It's almost like you're looking past anything you can really see. Your gaze isn't searching. Lovely. When you're ready, we're going to do 3 rolls forward into plank and then settling back to downward dog. So on the inhale, I want you to lift your shoulders towards the ceiling, push into your hands, roll your body weight forward. And as you do this, carefully the gaze moves forward, the chest reaches out in between the hands. And then as you exhale, concave the spine, draw the belly up towards the ceiling, arching through the back. And settling back to your downward dog. Finishing that exhale there in stillness. Twice more, inhale, gaze forward, roll forward, ribcage reaches up, heart reaches between the shoulder blades, gaze, weight reaching forward. Exhale, arch the back like you're moving through a cat all the way back to downward dog. Last time, inhale here, rolling forward, gaze searches forward. And exhale, round the back, push back to downward dog. Lovely. We're going to do a bear walk forward to standing on our hands. Or standing on our hands, standing next to our hands. We can stand on our hands if we want to. So bend the knees down towards the floor. And we're just gently going to tiptoe the feet forward so the knees reach towards the back of the wrists. So we're in a kind of tabletop that's slowly shrinking, slowly becoming harder, pressing through the hands as we get here, engaging in the core. And then we've walked as far as we can towards the wrists, coming into a standing forward fold at the top of the mat. Releasing the head and neck. And again here, give yourself a chance to soften your focus. Maybe half closing the eyes. Maybe like me, noticing the little hairs on your legs or the veins beneath your skin. Bringing that focus to what's right in front of you. Maybe you're noticing the texture of the fabric you're wearing. And then gently with an inhale, rolling the body up. Sweeping the hands up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands come down. Palms together, centered to the chest. So today we're going to go through 3 Surya Namaskara A's and 3 Surya Namaskara B's with variations. And we're we're going to be bringing it a little bit back to basics to start with, just so we can focus on the focus. So when you're ready, on the inhale, sweeping the hands up, gazing up, engage the low belly, knit the core down, ribs towards hips. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the ground, releasing the head and neck for a moment, gaze between the legs. Inhale, lift and lengthen, gaze comes forward, neck stays neutral. As chin tucks neatly into the neck. Exhale again, place the hands on the floor, step back to a plank and lower down, elbows backwards, chest forward, gaze forward. On the inhale, lift the gaze up towards the ceiling. Again, not straining the neck, coming into an up dog or a cobra. Shoulders sink towards the ground as chest billows between the arms. Exhale, back down to the floor, tuck the toes, drawing the low belly, push up and back to your downward dog. Take a moment here, or if it feels better for you, coming down into tabletop. Focus is between the legs, feeling into the fingertips, feeling into the feet. On the next inhale, again, just like at the start, I want you to roll that weight forward, keeping it high this time rather than sinking into plank. Exhale, bend the knees, focus is forward, and step or jump between the hands. Exhaling here. Inhale, gaze sweeps up as arms come up above you. Exhale, settle hands into chest. And again, inhale, sweeping the hands up, gazing up. Exhale, fold forward. Gaze between legs. Inhale, lift and lengthen long straight spine, sucking belly in, neck in, neutral gazes forward. Exhale, plant the hands, tip the weight into the arms, bend the elbows slightly backwards, hop or jump or step your way back into plank or chaturanga. And with the focus moving forward, chest moving forward, exhale down onto your belly. Inhale, press into the palms, lift up, maybe up dog, maybe cobra. Keep the low belly pulling back towards the spine. Exhale, melt down. Press into the hands, lifting the belly button, and roll back your gazes between your legs as you come into downward dog. Challenge, if anyone wants to accept it, to inhale, gaze at the right hand, lifting the right hand off the floor. Exhale, suck the low belly up into the body and reach back with that right hand, following it with your gaze, hooking onto the left leg and coming into a twist. Gaze is under the left armpit. Breathe here. Try and keep the weight even in the feet. Relax the neck as much as you can. And then releasing the leg, following the hand with your gaze. With an exhale, planting the right hand down. With an inhale, gazing forward, lifting the left hand up. Exhale, twisting again, following it with your gaze, wrapping around the right leg. And again, coming into a twist, gazes under your armpit. Again, taking a break whenever you need it. And then when you're ready, exhale, plant that hand down. Inhale, gazes forward, roll forward slightly. Exhale, bend the knees, find the fun and the play in this, and jump or step forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. And exhale, release the palms down to the heart. One more time, Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, releasing the chest down. Gaze to legs. Inhale, find that brightness in the gaze as you lengthen forward, neck in neutral, gaze forward. Exhale, plant the hands, keep their gaze forward as you hop or you step back to your chaturanga or downward dog, lowering onto the floor. Inhale, lift up cobra or up dog, chest reaches forward and up, shoulders reach away from the ears, big breath into the front of the body. And exhale, roll down, tuck the toes, press the hands and feet down into the floor, rolling up and back to your downward dog, gaze between the legs. We're going to have a little rest after this round, bit more work. We're going to slowly bring the forearms down to the ground. So we're going to bend the forearms outward, wrap them round and in, coming into a turbo dog. Billowing the chest up towards the ceiling, ribs reach the ceiling. And exhaling, slowly easing the elbows down, coming into a dolphin. And holding here for 5 breaths if you can make it. Bring the knees down if you need to. Shift as much weight as you want into the arms. And I want your focus now to be at the space between your elbows. Draw the belly up, keep billowing the chest, keep pushing into the forearms, spreading the fingers. One more breath. Inhale, straighten the arms, shoot up into your downward dog. Exhale, melt onto your knees, come to sit back onto your heels, palms on your knees. Taking a moment for all that movement to settle in, soften your gaze. Melt your shoulders down. A sense of gratitude, of appreciation for making it through that part of the class. Feeling back into your body. And we'll move on to our Surya Namaskara bees. When you're ready, reaching those hands forward to the front of the mat. Tucking the toes, pressing back to the downward dog. Slotting shoulders into their sockets, wrapping elbows, getting ready. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, bend knees, hop, step or jump your way to the front of the mat. Yeah, lovely. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Amazing. Right, our next pose is going to be chair pose. You choose if you want your feet apart or your feet together. Bending the knees, tucking the belly in, scooping the sit bones underneath and reaching the hands up. Feeling strong here, focus is directly forward. And imagine at this point you're at the start of a race and you're gazing to that finish line. You've got that intensity in your focus. You know you're going to make it. You're just waiting to move. When you're ready, one big inhale, gaze up to the ceiling, stretch through the fingers. Exhale, fold forward, release and relax down. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Exhale, place the hands on the floor. Shift the weight into the hands, maybe hop, maybe step your way into your plank pose and then moving down onto the belly. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Up into a cobra, up dog. Taking that breath there. Exhale, roll down, tuck the toes, scoop the belly in, press into the hands, strong, roll back to downward dog. Immediately here, rooting through the right foot. Inhale, sweeping the left foot up into the sky. And then with the gaze moving forward as the left foot squeezes in towards the chest and steps forward into your warrior A. Back foot cups slightly round. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, bend the elbows down to the sides, cactus the arms so it looks like these. Nice. And then as you exhale, release the arms behind you into lock. And inhale, lift through the chest. Enjoy this moment to settle in. Find your focus directly in front of you. Draw the low belly in. Feel how it feels to draw the ribs in and then to release them out. One more big inhale. Exhale, release the hands down to the floor. Step back. And either vinyasa or push directly back to downward dog. Everyone meeting together in downward dog. Inhale, lifting the right leg this time, sweeping it through. As you exhale, drawing the core in, gaze sweeps forward. Feel that focus. Placing that foot down, cupping the back foot round, sweeping up. Hands meet towards the ceiling, gazes up. Exhale, arms come down, gazes forward. As you exhale again, bringing those hands behind you to interlock. Inhale, lift through the chest, open the heart, spend a moment here, enjoy. Oh. Releasing the head and neck a little bit. Really drawing those shoulders down, just playing with how this feels. One more big inhale. Exhale, release the hands down. Step back again, either roll back to downward dog or vinyasa, your choice. And then everyone meeting together in downward dog, plant the hands. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Take a moment. Time to tune back into the breath. And then with an inhale, gazing forward. Exhale, bending the knees, hopping, stepping, jumping your way to the front. Nice. Lift and lengthen, half fold. Exhale, releasing down. Inhale, sweep up to your chair pose. Hello. If you need a little shake out of the legs, please do that. Otherwise, resetting again. My tendency is to over curve, so tucking the sit bones down, releasing that low back. And when you're here, inhale, reach the fingertips up, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, release down, straightening the legs as much as possible. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Exhale, plant the hands, bend the knees, hop or step your way back, lowering down into or onto your belly. Keep that focus forward. Inhale, lift up, gaze up. Exhale, roll down. Press into the hands and the feet. Roll back to downward dog. Hello, downward dog. Inhale, lift your left foot up. Exhale, gaze goes forwards, curving it into the chest, stepping forward, cupping the back foot round and sweeping up. You know where we're going now. Take that inhale, fingertips go up, gaze goes up. Exhale, elbows bend down, gaze comes forward. Inhale here, opening the heart. Exhale, interlock the fingers behind you. Inhale, stretch them back. This time as we exhale, we're going to begin to lean slightly forward. Push the weight into that front foot and feel that rooting connection of that front foot. Push the heel down and lift up into a bound warrior 3. Beautiful. Stay here for 3, 2, 1. Then as we exhale, release the hands down, gaze comes to the toe. Nice. And then when you're ready, exhale, bend that foot down, press the hands into the ground and push back to a plank. rolling back to a downward dog or taking a vinyasa. Everyone meeting in downward dog. Take a child's pose, take a tabletop if you need. Inhale, right foot comes up, sweeping up. Exhale, rolling forward, tuck that knee into the chest, step forward. Gazes forward, sweeping up, fingertips come up, following the fingers with your gaze right up to the sky. Exhale, elbows come down, gaze comes forward. Feeling that really intense lock on to the space in front of you. Take another inhale here. Exhale, reach behind you with the hands. Inhale, stretch the heart forward. Exhale, begin to lean. Play with that sensation of taking weight in the front foot. If you can, you're lifting that back toe up, reaching back with that leg, reaching forward with the heart. Nice. 3, 2, you're doing well. 1, exhale, release the hands down, gaze to the toes, coming into a form of a split. Your leg does not need to be that high in the air. And then exhale, bend that front knee, plant the hands, step back to your plank. And vinyasa, or roll back to straight to downward dog, your choice. One more flow after this. You've got this. Allowing this downward dog or child's pose or tabletop to reset you, bringing you back to your breath. Often when we flow faster than this, your mind becomes busy with judgments. Busy with I should, I could, I shouldn't, I can't. You don't need any of those in this practice. Moving and breathing is what you're doing. And that's exactly what you're meant to be doing. Exploring, enjoying the body. So as those judgments arise, taking a deep exhale and allowing them to leave. Letting them go. Don't follow them, don't chase them, don't engage. Moving back to the feeling of the hands, the feet on the floor, the skin surrounded by air. And when you're ready, everyone, inhaling, rolling back up to your downward dog if you're in child's pose. Gazing forward. Exhale, bend the knees, hop, step or jump your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Exhale, all the way down, full fold. Inhale, sweeping back up to to chair for a moment. Both bits of furniture, they'll do. And exhale, release, straighten the legs. Give yourself a shake out for a moment. Final flow. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep back up to the tabletop, but this time we're going to come into twisted tabletops on either side. So exhale the hands down to the chest. Lean slightly forward, send the buttock back. Keep knitting the belly and the core up towards the ceiling. And twist gently, bringing elbow to knee, either side, because we're going to do both. Relax the neck here, gaze far out, and you can bring your eyes to the ceiling, but don't feel the need to twist your chin or your neck up towards the ceiling. They can be facing just to the side of you. Use an exhale, push firmly into the hands, that extra bit of twisting, squeeze the core up. Take an inhale, find space, and then exhale, release back to center. Inhale, sweep the hands up, straighten the legs if you need to for a break. And then exhale, bending back down to the opposite side. Again, relax the neck. Gaze to the ceiling with the eyes, but the neck remains more neutral, more gentle. Again, letting that exhale take that extra bit of twist, drawing the belly in, lengthening through the top of the head, the chest, towards the wall in front of you. And then on the next exhale, releasing. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up. Everyone straighten the legs. Exhale, dive all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half fold. Exhale, plant the hands, tip the weight into the hands, hop, step, jump your way back to a plank, lowering onto the belly. Inhale, lifting through the chest. Exhale, rolling down, tucking the toes, drawing the stomach up and in, rolling back to your downward dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. Focus forward as you exhale, roll into that warrior position. We're going to flow through these poses, breath by breath. Inhale, sweeping up, gazing up. Exhale, down with the arms. Inhale here, opening the chest. Exhale, sweeping the hands behind you. Inhale, straightening them out. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, focus is forward, lifting that back foot. You mean business. Your focus is fixed, even when you're wobbling. You got this. Take one more inhale. Exhale, fold forward, across the leg. Here comes the fun bit. So you're on your left leg at the front. So as you exhale, I want you to bring your right knee down behind you. Twist the right foot to point 45 degrees backwards and sweep the left foot out. So you're coming into a supported side plank. Everyone always gets confused with this one. So your toes are pointing behind you. So they're pointing directly backwards in line with the way your bum is facing. You're standing and supported by your knee. It's your right knee. And your left leg is shooting out to the side. Awesome. And this should feel relatively comfortable. If it doesn't, adjust where your hand is so it's stacked under your shoulder. And we're going to reach the top hand above our head. Relax the neck and let the body kind of droop in that direction. And then as we inhale, we can gaze up to the fingertips, open the chest to the sky. And as we exhale, we can curve down and round, reaching the fingertips towards the toes, outstretched. Inhaling, curving up. Opening the chest. Exhaling, drawing the belly back, curving round. Keep going like this, inhaling and opening. Exhaling the curving, or stick with somewhere that feels really juicy for you and just work into that shape, that space. And your focus is following your hands, but not like you're looking at your hands, but like you're looking past them. Those of you that want an extra challenge, you can press into that outstretched left foot, lift the right knee off the floor and place it behind the left. So right foot is behind the left ankle and begin to bend and sway this way. This is much more challenging. Wherever you are now, rolling with an exhale down, finding your way to a plank position. And rolling back to downward dog, coming through a vinyasa if you would like. One more side, we can do this. Inhaling the right foot up, reaching it to the sky. Exhaling, curling it in, gazes forward. Inhale, sweep the hands up, gazes up. Exhale, elbows come down. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, hands behind the back as you lean slightly forward. Inhale, lifting through the chest. This is like a dance, you know, where the focus goes. You lead with the eyes. Inhale, lift. As we reach forward, you're using that exhale to transfer the weight, the inhale to lift. Find your gaze, find your balance. Take one last deep inhale. And then as you exhale, folding over that outstretched front leg. Again, then it's the leg that's reaching up towards the sky that comes down behind you into a kind of 90-90 lunge. And then twisting it so the foot is pointing in line with the direction the bum is pointing. And then sweeping that front leg round. Coming into a supported side plank. Relaxing the head and neck, arching through the arm. Sometimes this is enough. Sometimes you just want to stay here. It's so juicy. If you'd like to, bringing in that gentle wave of the body as you open and close through the chest. Following with your gaze, leading with your breath. And again, if you find any juicy spots, anywhere you really just want to reach into, to play with, to experience, please do. And again, for those of you that want to challenge pushing into that rooted hand, stepping one foot behind the other, and arching through a cross ankle side plank. Wherever you are, bringing both hands down to the ground, coming into your plank, rolling back through your downward dog, and then exhaling your knees to the ground, sinking back into a child's pose, swaying from side to side, really melting with the exhale here. You've worked super hard. There is going to be one more challenging posture, and then we'll be done. So if you want to stay here, which is very understandable, you can. If you would like to come up with me and just take one practice of moving towards forearm stand, we've done the prep in dolphin at the start of the class, then you can. So when you're ready, those of you joining me in dolphin, bring your elbows in line with your shoulders, scooping them round so the eyes of the elbows, the insides face up, the palms are flat down, and bringing the shoulders to stack over the elbows. Tensing the ribcage up, shrugging the shoulder blades down the back. And your gaze here is going to be soft. Often we come into inversions with really sharp, focused gaze. And actually sometimes that power, sometimes that effort, that wanting, that driving pushes us over the edge and takes us away from the enjoyment and actually the success of the posture. Tuck the toes, send the hips up to the ceiling. And your gaze can be forward, but your nose is facing almost directly down towards the ground. So we're not cranking the neck too much. And tiptoe forward as much as you can, even if it means bending the knees, to get your hips as close to over the shoulders as you can. And then you could lift one leg, lift both legs, finding your way to begin to take the weight into your hands. Sometimes it does mean taking that weight a little bit past the line of your shoulders, but then correcting it up again. And if forearm stand is something that's super easy for you, you can practice bringing the focus down between your arms rather than forward and back again. That's something I'm working on. Sometimes it's wonderful, sometimes it's not, but have a play here. And if this is all a bit much for you, if that's not what your body's craving, find some postures right now that serve you. Just a few breaths of playing. And when you've finished, everyone together meeting in a kneeling position. Just like at the start of the class, I want us to bring our hands onto our chests. Just feel that breath there. Soften your focus. Let your eyes go hazy. And notice that as your focus softens, as your gaze softens, as your eyes kind of half close, your body follows. Your body softens. And for me, even even that voice in my head, even the inner dialogue, when I allow myself to soften, when I allow my gaze to soften, it quietens, it becomes kinder. Searching for those kind words that you have for yourself right now. Thank you for moving and breathing, body. Sometimes just repeating, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, helps me to connect with that sense of gratitude. With the next exhale, releasing the hands down by your sides, coming to sit on your bottom and then lying back onto the mat, bringing the knees into the chest, releasing the low back out, massaging the shoulders down into the ground, and again keep that soft focus. I'm going to draw little circles with the knees one way and then the other, swaying side to side with the legs. Just letting everything settle back into the mat. If you feel like you want to, we've done a lot of heart opening, but you can take a bridge posture. For me, I'm going to move into a plow for my final pose before Shavasana. So extending my legs up towards the ceiling, reaching the feet behind me, letting them roll back. Making sure I'm not taking too much weight into the neck. Maybe bending the knees. And letting everything roll back down. Take the movements you need before coming into Shavasana, releasing the legs out, releasing the arms out by your side. Taking a deep, luxurious, velvety inhale and an exhale that settles the body, melts the muscles. You do not need to be prepared for movement anymore. As you lie here, allowing your body to accept the stillness, allowing the eyes to close. With the exhale, allowing the face to relax, the forehead to smooth, the jaw to release. Allowing everything to settle. Allow the breath to soften, to quiet. Feeling supported by the ground. Feeling embraced, feeling covered by the air. And relaxing any need to focus or be aware of anything in particular. Exploring how it feels to let go of trying to control your thoughts, your feelings, your experience. Almost picturing a fist just releasing and opening. A flower coming into bloom, opening out, just letting go. And for the next few breaths, allowing your mind to wander where it would like to. Staying here for as long as you would like. And then when you're ready, beginning to bring some sensation, some awareness, some attention back into the body. Maybe rubbing the fingertips together, maybe wriggling the toes, maybe taking an inhale that's just that little bit deeper, cooler, clearer. Maybe curling the knees into the chest, maybe rolling onto your side for a moment. And then slowly, softly, gently, coming back up to seated. I hope you enjoyed the class.